Randy, he says, how would you like to have the Defense Language Institute, located for city of Monterey, California, move to Arizona? Would the University of Arizona like to own that? And he looked at Harold Van Gilder and said, and would the Fort Huachuca 50 support that move? So I had to look up in the sky. What do you think? We should have come to do that. Well, of course, our answer was yes. And the world took off for us because what we were involved in there was working with Senator McCain's staff, working with the BRAC Commission, working with the Arizona Board of Regents, working with the governor, the state legislature, the county board of supervisors, the mayor of service. We energized the entire state because this was going to be the largest economic development initiative in the state of Arizona. Huge number of jobs, huge budget. Clive Simon was the governor at the time. Dick Archer was the mayor at the time, and the governor committed $60 million to build a campus for the DLI right there on the intersection or on the north bypass where Northrop Grumman is. There was going to be a big intersection there. But that gave us a lot of experience. We traveled to Pentagon. We're in the Pentagon all the time. We became very, very well known with members of the Congress and the Senate and House of Representatives. We walked the halls of the Pentagon freely. We met Colin Powell, Gordon Sullivan. We met Ted Kennedy. All of these people were in support of what was happening. In the end, we did not get it for political reasons. But we worked with the BRAC Commission. They actually said it was going to happen. And
so let's talk about BRAC for just a minute. For those folks out there that don't know what a BRAC is.
Okay, so the BRAC is the Base Realignment and Closures Commission. And what the government has done over the years is set up a BRAC commission with the idea that from time to time, they will re-examine the military installations around the country and trying to figure out how they can consolidate, how they can make them more efficient, what they can do. And we've gone through several BRACs. And Fort Huachuca 50, by the way, has been involved in every BRAC since the very first BRAC.
So in a BRAC, basically what that means is there's a possibility or potential that a base can be shut down.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So what they're doing is they look at all the missions, they do a complete analysis. And so when they look at military installations, they usually come up with 5 or 6 criteria. 3 or 4 of them are military requirements, like with the mission, the units that are all that. And then the other requirements are the economic requirements and social requirements. For example, if Fort Huachuca is here in Sierra Vista and our mission's working out, can they get more employees to come there? Is there an education system? Is the high school, the community college, university there? Do they have an educational system there? Do they have a housing market that's affordable for the people that would come there? Is there a retail market there for those folks? And all the social and economic activities around there, that's a part as well. So what we always did as a community was most communities will circle their wagons. They'll circle those wagons and they'll get inside there and they go, this is the best military installation in the world, these are the best people, and that's what we're going to do, and they ward off everything. We didn't do that. We took a different approach. We went on the offensive, not the defensive. And the first offensive was the DLI. We wrote a white paper. Harold Van Gelder and I wrote a white paper. We submitted it through Congress, walked it through the halls of the Pentagon, and went to the DLI, talked to the provost there, all of this stuff, and showed all of the benefits to this agency moving from California to Arizona. In 1995, we wrote another white paper, and it was to combine C4 and ISR, which is C4 was command, control, communications, and computers with intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance to one location, Fort Huachuca. So when you start to put all that positive out there, if they're looking at you, they're thinking, man, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Maybe they start changing their thought, and this would work for us very effectively.
Well, and it has. And so for those folks out there that do know what a BRAC is and understand that, I know that we're not in a situation where we're concerned about that right now.
Right.
And so basically, from my understanding, is that the Fort Huachuca 50, they advocate and promote the fort and protect it by doing that. Yes. And we know we have a very special fort here. We have special airspace here. There's a lot that happens here. And so basically the Fort Huachuca 50 is out there promoting and supporting the fort, which supports the communities, which is really, really important for all of us out here. And we're not in a situation where we're concerned about the base closing, but that's where we want to be.
Well, right. Here's the concern right now. No, there's not going to be any more BRACs. When there's a BRAC, it's a level playing field. Everything's publicized. Everything's level. Everybody knows all the information and things like that. What's going on right now with no brag is you have to pay a lot of attention. And so we cannot be asleep at the wheel. So if we get, a member of Congress from another state that comes in and is visiting here and starts asking specific questions, or another chamber of commerce comes from another state and says, hey, this is wonderful. We want to be a teammate. And by the way, how is the UAS operation doing on Fort Huachuca and the unmanned systems? We're having to watch all of that. Because if you don't watch it and don't pay attention, all of a sudden a note pops up, and all of a sudden you're finding out that somebody in Washington has asked a question. The Department of Defense is now doing a whole study, and it happens to be about your installation and what you've got going on there. So we have a consultant that lives in the Washington, D.C. area, funded by both the county and the city, and Joe Corrigan, and he lives there. He walks the Pentagon. He's keeping his eyes on things. We meet with the congressional delegation all the time. Monthly, we're meeting with the congressional delegation and their members and that to make sure we stay on top of this. When you have a treasure like Fort Huachuca, somebody wants it or a portion of it. And so we always have to be the guardian. We always have to be on watch to make sure. And McCain wanted us to report all of that to him.
So then let's go circle back just a little bit here and talk about that. So you said you're a 501c6, which is a membership-based organization. Your board is all volunteer, correct? And so when anybody in the community can become a member of the Huachuca 50, correct?
Yes, general member. Yeah, we got a dues structure. And so you can become a general member as an individual for as little as $250 a year. You can become a member for $500 a year, which would allow you 2 free tickets to the annual meeting we have in December of each year, which is an election of officers. If you come on the board and you want to be involved, I mean, you come on the Fort Huachuca 50, not the board, because it's separate than general membership. And if you step up and you say, listen, I'd like to be involved in this, what do you need help, this, that gives us a chance to look at the general members. And when it's time to select new board members, to look at those general members and say, who is there, who's been active, who wants to be a part of this, and who would represent the board.
Right. And so for the members, when they become a member, so their money that they pay for their membership, what does that pay for? What does that help support?
Okay, so we've got, like I said earlier, we've got a consultant covered by the city and the county. But when we get a call like last week, I could not attend, so I sent the Vice President Gary Packard. We get a call from the Senator's office, and she wants to have a meeting in 2 days or 3 days, and it's going to be in 3 or 4 days. We got to have funding to do that. So what we do is the general membership monies that we come in, and those are people that join the organization and make payments, but there are people out there as well that just give us large contributions. We got contributions of $2,500, we got contributions of $5,000. And so those monies come in, they go into our treasury, and we use those monies to cover the website, to cover brochures, to cover travel. When we have to go to Washington, I mean, that's a financial burden on the individuals that have to go. Sometimes it's pretty costly, but we raise those funds to be able to do that. And it's all in the name of the Huachuca 50 and our mission to protect both Sierra Vista and Fort Huachuca. And so when you look at Sierra Vista and somebody says, geez, really, should I do that? What I say to that is, Fort Huachuca is a treasure. It is our lifeblood. It impacts and touches everybody in this community. I don't care who you are or what your business is. If you have a business that has no direct impact on Fort Huachuca, but your customers work on Fort Huachuca or the children work on Fort Huachuca, those people could be impacted, and that would impact your business. If we had 10 Fort Huachucas here, it would be stronger, more viable in terms of the economy. But that is our lifeblood, and we better put our arms around that lifeblood, and we better hold on to it with all the passion that we can, because if we don't, and they move one little mission away, that could have a huge impact on different sectors of the community. It is a huge economic horsepower installation right now.
Our largest employer.
Oh my gosh.
And
all of Southern Arizona.
In all of Southern Arizona, exactly. And so it's so important to our communities, our surrounding communities as well, that the port stays here, that the missions stay here. And so what's fascinating about this is basically since 1991, give or take, we've had Huachuca 50 advocating for the port. And so that's a long time, and we hope it'll be around for much, much longer.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to know that in the background, there's so many people that don't know about the Huachuca 50 and don't know that there's an organization like that that has been advocating all these years and
Right.
will continue to advocate.
Right, and what's happened is I think because there's no draft issue,
Mhm.
and then we went through the whole COVID
Mhm.
debacle. Things have just kind of fallen apart. Things have just kind of laid there. There's no threat, no nothing going on here. But really, there are threats out there. We had a threat last year, which is a very serious threat. That individual was chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. He's now retired, but we've got somebody else from Alabama now that's going to go up and run for Senate. He's a superhero in Alabama. He'll probably get it. There could be some threats there. We have to stay. We have to stay on top of that. So we can't let it right now. And so what we're trying to do with Chica 50, I came in as president. I was there as an ex-official member, and then I came on board for about a year now. But we needed to change a little bit. And so now what we've done is we've really started reaching out. We want people to know we are there. We could use their help. They can get involved, and it can't be a greater cause than that. So we're making a greater connection between the board and the general members. We are doing publications. We've put several publications out about Fort Huachuca and the history of Fort Huachuca. We've got 2 more of those to finish. We threw out a publication on the history of that. We've got other ones coming. We've got one coming on the hospital and the benefits of the hospital to the military here. To get the word out about Fort Huachuca, we're contacting our general members once a month. We're thanking them for renewing or joining. They all get letters. So what we're trying to do is make this more of a harmonious group where everybody feels a part of it, as opposed to I got to write a check for $250 and I don't hear anything for 2 months or 6 months or something, or for a year. So even if there's a COVID situation or a lockdown situation like that, we will still communicate because we need to make sure that our lifeblood that's going through our bodies stays there.
Well, and you didn't stop. The Huachuca 50 didn't stop during that time.
No, they did not.
They did not.
They did not.
And
It's
so
like every other
continue.
industry and every other, the chamber, I mean, significantly slowed down, during the COVID thing, and many other organizations as well. It's time to get back, and we use this to jump back, fresh start, fresh blood. Let's get that.
Absolutely. So if we have somebody out there more interested in the membership,
Yeah.
They want to find out more about the Huachuca 50, how can they do that?
Well, 2 ways. They can call any one of the board members. They can call me directly. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. They can go to the website and get an application. We've had somebody just, I gave a talk at the Mac luncheon the other day. You guys sponsored that. And a gentleman called me yesterday and he said, my wife was there, heard the whole story, everything like that, and I want to get involved.
Wonderful.
Where do I get an application? I said, and he reached out to me on LinkedIn. And so what I did was I sent him my phone number. He called me immediately. He now has the treasurer, Elsie McMillan, as our treasurer. She sent the documentation. And because we could say, go to the website and do that, but I like that more personal touch. I don't have a problem putting my phone number out there. If somebody wants an application, call.
Okay, so let's do that. What's your phone number?
520-227-7597.
All right, so you can talk to the president himself of the Huachuca 50 and get
And
more
I used to be a
information.
car salesman, so I'm a really good salesperson.
Okay.
Years ago, but so
So you might end up with, as a member of the Huachuca 50 and with another car. So you just be careful there.
Yeah, that's right.
So it looks like we have a question. We need to recap one more time exactly what is the Huachuca 50. I think somebody
it's an
could hear.
organization that was formed at the request of Senator John McCain, and it's a 501c6 organization. You can make contributions to that. We work for the members of the organization, not the public. We are an advocate for Fort Huachuca. Our job is to protect Fort Huachuca, to stay on top of Fort Huachuca, inform the military leadership at Fort Huachuca, military leadership at the Pentagon of any threats that may be taking place or any advocacy that's working against us. So we are there to protect this community and protect Fort Huachuca because they are symbiotic. They are together. You can't really separate the two. One relies on the other, and the other relies on that. So we're like family members.
Symbiotic, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So here to protect the fort, make sure that it stays here,
Yes.
which is what we want, what we need for our community,
Absolutely.
and we're pretty proud of our fort.
Well, and one of the options is to look for new for new opportunities for Fort Huachuca. I mean, there are some great things going on in Fort Huachuca right now. This testing, and training and this airspace, and there could be more things. And we get into the environmental issues. We work with Fort Huachuca and the city and the county right, addressing environmental issues and water issues and all that stuff. And this is not a run rampant, dark into the night thing. This is a full-fledged operation that takes into consideration everything that's happening in terms of the environment, and the economic environment, military, training, testing, airspace, all of that. So
and the representatives
it's a lot
on the board that sit on the board. So representatives from the city, from the county, from
Fort Huachuca. They're ex officio members that sit on the board. They do not vote, but the city's there, the county's there. The Huachuca City Mayor is on there as well, and then folks from Fort Huachuca come down and sit in and listen to what we do. We provide information now and new developments in that, so that we're on top of everything. So it's a great.
It's wonderful, and none of them are paid. They're all volunteer.
Well, it's all volunteer in terms of the organization, and the benefit. I mean, the material benefit is keeping Fort Huachuca alive, well, and healthy, and keeping the community alive, well, and healthy. Absolutely. And so that is the material benefit for those that are on the board, for you as the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, and for the Kiwanis, to keep everything going because they have certain causes. Well, this is our cause, and it has to do with the economic military structure, and there's so much that's dependent. And if we're asleep at the wheel, that's not what we're
then who do we have advocating?
Yeah.
I mean, the board themselves, obviously, but it's great to have community members advocating and supporting that board as well, and showing how much it matters.
The more members you have from the different walks of life, you got to remember how politicians and Congress works. If you got 3 people talking to a member of Congress, okay, yeah, thank you for coming. But if you've got 3 people that represent 500 people or 40,000 people, they listen. And that's the pressure that we need sometimes to get some of these folks to do that. And they've done a great job over the years. I mean, Senator Sinema, I'm real proud of her. Senator Kelly's been involved with John McCain, John Kyle, Jim Colby. They've all been involved helping us do this. When we take an issue to them, they get on it. Their staff gets on it. They look into see what the truth is, and they're behind it. And they put that out, that they're looking into this, and if there's somebody else out there in Congress or somebody else in some other community, we try to stop it way back.
So really important.
Yeah, I think it is.
really important. So let's recap again, just literally about membership, and talk about that and how they can get in contact with you or get some more information to become a member to help support the Huachuca 50.
Yeah, I mean,
that supports
a couple of ways, call me directly, 520-227-7597. I'm Dr. Randy Groth, President of Huachuca 50. You can get to the website and get an application there. You can call Elsie McMillan, Jack Blair, who are on the boards. They're board members. Gary Packard with the University of Arizona. J.D. Rottweiler is a board member as well. There's a lot of board members. Reach out to those people. Tell them that you're interested. And we can't do this by ourselves. And one of the changes that we've made is we've got the board and everybody fully engaged. So if we get a new member that comes on as a general member and they say, well, how can we be involved? We may look at that person and say, we would love for you to go out and find 10 people who will join this board. You know what? And they might go out and do that. Or we might need an entree to somebody's office or something. We need to get somebody else in there. And so it all works together. So even if you're a general member or at whatever level you are, you play a large role here. And I want to hear from you if you hear something, and I want to hear from you if you want to step up and do something.
And this has been going on since 1991.
1991. It's just a kid.
Just a kid. Me too. Long time.
It's a great community.
It
you know what? It's I've been fortunate to live in this community both as a child. I won't say what years that was. And then coming back here as a lieutenant in 1976. But it's one of those things that you could have traveled all over the world and then all that, had those experiences. But growing in the community now, I'm seeing all the people that I grew up with in the community. We're all older. We're all some of us are retired. Some of us aren't. Their kids are coming back, and they're starting to come back. It's a wonderful community. Very, very nice community. We don't want to go anywhere else. So we want to take care of what we have.
I agree. And succession is important. So if there's somebody out there that is really interested in learning more, this is a great way. You can give Dr. Groth a call and find out more about it, because as time moves on, some people move off the board. We need new blood,
new ideas. Absolutely.
and get everybody trained up. And
absolutely. Look, we have to cultivate those generations. We can't do it, ourselves forever. And you got to be mature enough that says to be able to bring somebody in, listen to their ideas, groom them, give them the knowledge and the expertise, and let them get the experience. And then they step up. And then it's our responsibility to step down. And when we step down, they've got the help. That's kind of neat too. I do all that. I was an Army guy. But we've got to be able to do that. And it just replenishes our generations and our community. We need to do that as well.
Absolutely. Let's see the phone number one more time. And we'll post on the link, we'll post a link to the Huachuca 50 website as well.
Absolutely. And it's 520-227-7597. Phone number.
All right. You asked for it. Yeah. So they probably will.
Just joking.
He'll answer.
Yeah.
So we have a few more updates we're going to go through, and then we'll let you all get back to work. But just a reminder quickly, we have Tuscany coming up October 3rd through October 11th. I know our deadline to sign up for that, I believe, is in July. We'll bring you that information. But 9 days, 7-night cultural awareness tour of Tuscany. So I'm going. Yeah, taking my mom. It's going to be fun. So anyway, if anybody's interested, anybody can sign up. You don't have to be a chamber member. And it's $3,449 per person. But that's your flights, the majority of your food, your hotel, your day trips.
That's
it's a good deal.
That's
and
a good deal.
Yeah, they will take care of you. So anyway, that's coming up. So make sure you jump on our website and get signed up for that. We also have Business at Twilight coming up June 16th, and that'll be at Arizona at Work. We also have Good Morning Sierra Vista coming up July 12th. So we're really excited about this one. Registration is open for that, so get signed up for that. But our guest speaker is Jennings Amell, and he's with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And so he is going to be down here talking about how we work with the U.S. Chamber. Our chamber works with the U.S. Chamber and the Arizona Chamber of Commerce, and how we help support certain legislation or oppose certain legislation based on what our businesses and our community needs. And so if you're a business owner, you want to be there, you want to hear about this, he's coming from California just to speak at our Good Morning Sierra Vista, so we're happy to have him. But the speaker is from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, so we're excited about that. So that's July 12th, and registration is open for that. We have our Home Health and Business Expo coming up August 20th. Registration's open for that as well for vendors. So you can jump on and be a vendor. We only have one expo this year, so we want to make it a big one. So don't miss your chance. We'll have a shred-a-thon that day as well. I want to thank our sponsors so far. Our Herald Review Media is our sponsor for the expo, and for the shred-a-thon, Guild Mortgage. They're always our exclusive sponsor for the shred-a-thon. So again, that's August 20th at the Mall of Sierra Vista. We have the Take Your Business Online program. As you know, all those businesses out there in Cochise County, if your business isn't online yet, it needs to be. And that's something we've been talking about with the website. And so we have a free program for any business out there, chamber member or not, to help you get your business online as well. We know a lot of businesses suffered during the pandemic because they had to shut their doors. So this way, you might have to shut the actual door, but you don't have to shut the internet door. So we want to make sure that people can, or businesses can still thrive. So if you're interested, jump on svachamber.com and fill out the interest form for the Take Your Business Online program, and we'll get in contact with you and get you through the program. We do have sponsorships available to our members. So if you're interested in sponsoring any one of our events, they're all in our online store. So super easy. You can just jump on and purchase a sponsorship. We get emailed right away, and then we know, and we can start advertising you as a sponsor for our events. We have our app as well. Don't forget to put the app on your phone so you have all the information at your fingertips. City of Sierra Vista information tonight is City Council meeting at 5 o'clock. So if you're interested in finding out what's going on, make sure that you jump online and watch online, or you can actually go there and attend. So 5 o'clock tonight. we also have some other things going on tonight. So tonight, UA Cast has their convocation, graduation for UA Cast tonight. So the 319 graduates from the College of Applied Sciences and Technology. So congratulations to all of them. If you're interested in attending, it will be at the Klein Center. That's Buena Auditorium for all of you folks out there. The doors open at 3:15 and the ceremony takes place from 4 to 5, or you can watch it live streamed. And so we'll give you a link for that as well. If you can't make it out to Buena, to the Client Center, then you can watch it online as well. But 319 graduates from the College of Applied Sciences and Technology this time. So great job, everyone. And then tomorrow, Cochise College commencement is tomorrow. And so that is their 57th annual commencement. And it is going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the Sierra Vista campus. So the following ceremonies will be live streamed and can be accessed by clicking the links below. So actually today is the nursing recognition, and that's at 6 p.m. today. So all of our nursing students that are graduating, we'll give you a link for that so that you can watch that as well. And then tomorrow, the Cochise College commencement is at 7 p.m. and there's a link for that as well if you can't make it in person. So those
I'm exhausted.
I know.
There's so much going on in this community.
And that's not even all of it. But I'm so happy for the graduates this year.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they get to walk, and I think that's just wonderful.
Education's passion. So
yes.
Support all of that.
Yeah, me as well. So exciting news for all of our graduates. So I want to say congratulations again to all of the graduates out there. Great job. We know you're going to do great things, and we're excited to see what that is. Yeah. And thank you again for being with us today. Appreciate it. And we'll make sure and get that information out there on the website. And hopefully we have some more wonderful supporters out there for the Huachuca 50. I know we do. I know we do. So that's all we have for you today. Thank you again for being kind and courteous. We appreciate that very much. We'll be back next Thursday with another live stream for the Sierra Vista Area Chamber, your chamber for 62 years.